Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Transformers review. And thankfully this isn't a Micromaster review. This is a G1 Seeker jet, and I'm sure most people will recognise that this is Skywarp. Now, I sort of have to say he was one of my favourite G1 Decepticons. I just loved the black and purple colour scheme on this guy. You will notice I've got these accessories there. You've got the two fists, the two small rockets, and he would have had two of these black gun attachment sort of rockets as well. I have got it, I'm sure, somewhere, but could I find it for the review? No, it weren't where any of the other ones are. So I'm hoping I haven't lost that at some point. Obviously, where he's in his jet mode, he's got his detachable landing gear, and obviously his missile launchers are on his wings. Now, I'll do him with the smaller rockets, so obviously they fit into the rocket launchers like so, and they could be launched. I'm not sure if the springs still work nicely, and they all do fire. I'll leave them out for now while I do the transformation, because as I'm sure you're aware, if you try and transform any of these characters with their weapons and sprung loaded launchers, you invariably end up firing them off somewhere. Yeah, so really nice F-15 jet, as with my Thundercracker. Again, Seeker jet, really nice alt mode, really reminiscent of the G1 cartoons. Sticker details on this one are fantastic. I'm really glad he really has stayed in his original condition. The stickers, the actual plastic is fantastic on this guy, and unlike my Thundercracker, his actual nose cone rubber is actually really good as well. But yeah, I'll do the transformation for you now. Obviously you lose the landing gear out. Now, I always used to store it inside the canopy like so, and that way you don't lose them. Now, first of all, pop his wings off and turn the tail fins, which are still nice and tight, like so, and fold down the rear undercarriage, which becomes his feet. Now I'll move the camera up a little bit so we can actually get this all in shot. I'll put his wings and rockets to one side for a minute. Now, transforming the main sort of body of him, you push up on the inside there, and that releases, oh, it's still nice and tight, releases his two sections which fold round and become his arms. And now, where you've got a great big gaping hole in the middle of his chest, you bend the nose down, feed that through the hole, and then back up and around to reveal his face. Now, he's a little bit loose, as a lot of the Seekers were when it came to these chest bits. It tends to rock on that pivot. Not a great deal you can do about that, other than say putting a bit of blue tack or something there just temporarily to hold it in place. But that aside, he's in really good nick. Now you get the purple fists, which are obviously are handed because they're hands, and you fit them onto these sections, and that makes his arms up properly. And then obviously you take the rockets off each wing and you put them onto the holes in the sides of the arms, and the wings also fit in back in the holes where they were, that you just bring that round, it pivots round, and you tuck them in round the back there like so. And I'll just do that with this side so you can see them on, and again just plug that into the hole, feed that round a little bit, and then just tuck the wing down the back behind the tail, and then you get your classic Decepticon seeker jet. And of course now we can afford to risk popping the missiles back in their launchers, like so. Now he is a really great figure. It would have been nicer if I'd have had his gun sort of sections like this one, so I could have had him in the proper seeker jet way, which is having guns rather than missiles. I'll bring the camera back down, get him in shot nicely. Now, as I say, articulation on most G1s is a bit poor. He has got shoulder articulation, and it can sort of come round to the side slightly, but that's about it. Obviously you can pivot the guns as well independently of the pivot of the arm. Obviously some people have them so that they're that way round, but most of the time in the cartoons you'll find that they got their weapons downwards like that. Really great sort of sticker details on these old G1s. Used them metalized sort of metallic stickers, and these ones, I must admit, I mean this isn't repro labelled, these are the originals and they have really stayed great. I was particularly careful with Skywarp because he was, as I say, one of my real favourites. Things to watch out for with these seeker jets is obviously colour fading on the lighter coloured plastic ones can be an issue. Obviously losing the bits, which I've done a perfect example of that, and obviously sticker wear, but you can repro label these guys up, so it's not that difficult to get replacements for them. They come up quite commonly for sale, and obviously they did all the reissues. Again, you know, if you can't get or you can't afford the originals, there's nothing wrong with having a reissue one. You know, it gives you the option of actually having the figure brand new, so that you haven't actually got to pay out monumental money to get the same figure. As with all of these, I'll try and bring them in tight. They all have the same sort of face moulding. He did, I think, originally have a little sticker detail on that, but they were always prone to come off. And as you can see, the stickers do sort of over time sink in a little bit where the screws are hidden behind those. And they always develop a little bit of a floppy sort of thing where the legs sort of go in a bit tighter together than they should at the bottom. But other than that, a really good G1 figure. Seeker jets, I mean, obviously they've done different versions of them these days with the classics sort of, and the what they call them, Heinkel? Not Heinkel, it's a German plane. Henke versions of it. You can obviously get all these different versions, but they're well worth getting the originals, because obviously if you want a G1 collection, it's not going to be complete without the Seekers. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little review, and I certainly enjoyed not doing something with a Micromaster in it. So I shall see you again for another G1 Transformers review, and all the best, and thank you. I picked up a couple of new subscribers today, so I'll just say thank you to them. Again, it's only just sort of coming to my mind to thank them, so I've forgotten to actually write down your names. I will do a thank you vlog at some point and list everybody. But yeah, that's Skywarp, and I shall see you again for another G1 Transformers review. Thanks for watching.